everybody, Diana here, Sew in Common. Welcome in. So today's video is short. I'm going to keep it short. And it's not our normal day for videos, but that's okay because it's going to be about quilting your bento box. So this week or last Sunday was Quilt Lab, and in Quilt Lab, you were to make one of the prototype bento boxes. This is not the project. The project is coming this week. That's what we're talking about more. But I said, turn this into a mug rug because it's a great size. It's a great size for water bottles, but it's a really great size if you like big chunky mugs like I do, or even for smaller rugs. It gives you plenty of space. But I know some of you are new to all of this, so I thought we'd go through briefly how you quilt a mug rug, how you set up for quilting a mug rug. So that's what today is all about. Join me. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to flip over to my other camera. Here we go. So here we are. Now I've created a really simple little quilting design, okay, for mine. You may have purchased a quilting design. You may have created your own quilting design. You should always, with your quilting designs, be able to print yourself out a template. And better yet, if you can print yourself out a template with crosshairs. If it won't print with crosshairs, then take yourself a ruler and make your own. Make at least a north, south, east, west set of crosshairs by folding your template in half and in half in the other direction, and then marking those centers so that you get a nice crosshair on there. It makes for really accurate placement of your design. Now, what do you print it on? You can print it on the back of a sticky back template paper. Many companies make them. A product that I liked for a very long time and that I bought a ton of before they switched the actual what the product is made out of was from Dime. Please excuse that voice. That's our front door thing telling me somebody's at the front door. I think it's just Amazon delivering a package that I was expecting. So this was from Dime, and they use this really nice vellum-y paper, sticky back paper, and I love it. It is a fantastic product. And if you still have some, use it. They switched about a year ago to, a little over a year ago now, to a product that is more plastic than paper, and I don't like it. I got smears from my printer. I didn't like cutting it. And so I bought a ton of this and I use it very sparingly. And I use like every little inch of it that I can. However, you don't need a sticky back template paper. You can use copy paper and a little bit of your temporary 505 spray on the back, just a little bit to make it sticky, or you can just take your embroidery tape. Let me bring over my embroidery tape thing. So you can use your embroidery paper tape or your embroidery medical tape, whatever kind of embroidery tape you use. Just stick a loop of it on the back while you're adjusting because it's not going to be on there for a long time, okay? Either way. So you're going to take your design and create a template. That's thing number one that you need to do. So you'll need a printer and you'll need your design, and you should be able to, like I said, print it with crosshairs. But if for some reason your design doesn't allow for that, then please mark your own crosshairs because it will really be helpful in the end. Alrighty, we'll set that aside now. Now for prepping your piece, when you're quilting in the hoop, you do not need stabilizer. Isn't that great? Talk about conserving stabilizer, right? We talked about that, or I think we will talk about that briefly in Sunday's Quilt Lab. I'm getting my videos a little confused because Sunday's video is ready to go already. So what you want to do is only hoop your batting and your backing fabric. Now for my backing fabric, I had plenty of this green that's in the actual bento box. So I used it for my backing, and I cut myself a piece that's plenty big so that I can do what's kind of called some self binding, where you cut and all a certain way and you can bind with your backing without having to trim it all away and do a traditional binding, which is what I like to do for small projects. And I have a video for that out on the channel. I'll see if I can find it and link it at the end of this one. Let me make myself a note. You guys know I need to make myself a note. Self-binding. Link self-binding video. Okay. That way, I'll put that at the end so you can see how to do that. So I just leave myself plenty of backing fabric. And I just make my backing and my batting roughly the same size. And that looks like a lot, I know, but I know I'm going to have plenty. I'm going to be able to trim it properly. No problem there whatsoever. Then, because your block is just a free floating block, it's not attached to stabilizer anymore. You need to be able to get that in there and make it stay where you want it to stay. So you're just going to use a little adhesive spray. Otif's 505 temporary adhesive spray, June Taylor's fabric temporary adhesive spray, whatever temporary fabric adhesive spray you want to use. Do not use something that is not temporary. Do not use something that is not made for fabric. It's too much chemical and it'll eat through your fabrics. All I do was give it a little spray. I normally don't spray on the back of my pieces. This one still has stabilizer in it. I normally don't spray on the back of my pieces. I spray right onto my binding or onto my batting. And then I put it in here and I kind of line it up. You've got these 4 little nubs, the north, south, east, west nub in your hoop. And I kind of get mine lined up to where it looks centered. And in this particular hoop, because this hoop is a 6x6 hoop, and you guys know I love this hoop, for this particular bento box, it's easy to do. It was pretty easy to do that. You can do that same kind of thing in your 5x7 hoop as well. And then I stick that on there and I let it sit for a little bit to make sure the adhesive sticks nicely. And sticking adhesive to batting is really easy. It always sticks really well. Then, actually, I've got this upside down. I'm going to turn it this way because it'll make a difference. Now, I'm going to take my template and I'm going to use this center point and the north, south, east, west markings and the north, south, east, west nubs in my hoop to line this all up and get this centered. And it's pretty easy to do. I mean, if it's not exactly, if it's, you know, really, really close, you're going to be fine. If you see your mark and it's like way over here, then adjust it. But that, like if I drew a line with my pen from here to here, I'm going to hit that nub. Here to here, I'm going to hit that nub. Here to here, I hit that nub, and here to here. So this one's pretty easy because it's a small piece. This is the same type of thing, you guys, that you're going to do even when you're doing your in the hoop quilting for your full-size quilts. Okay, same idea. All right, so now I've got this all in here, and I'm going to now put it into my machine. Let me bring my camera up. Now, I'm not going to do the actual quilting because you're not going to have the same design as I've got. And I haven't chosen my thread yet. But I put this in here and you can see if I put my needle down, I'm going to take my thread out, that black thread that I was piecing with. And now if I put my needle down, I can see I'm not in the center, like I'm right there. So I'm to the left and down a little bit. Okay, that's all right. No problem there. Bring this up. So now what I want to do is I want to come in on my screen over here because my design is up here and I want to go into edit and I want to go into move and see my little, can you see these little buttons over here? You should have some buttons on your machine that allows you to move your needle. So I'm going to take and step by step, move it to where I believe I'm in the center. So I'm going over to the right a little bit because it was too far to the left. And I went up a little bit because it was below the center line. Now I'm going to see where I'm at. Oh my goodness. I could not have done that any better. Let me lift that up. I came in right at the edge. So I'm going to go one to the left. Now let's see. Yes. So now I am perfectly centered for my design. So if I were to lower my foot now and hit go, this would stitch out perfectly centered. I'm perfectly centered. However, please do not forget to remove your template. You do not want to stitch over your template because that will make an absolute mess. But the one thing I like with the sticky backs in this paper that Dime used to use is I can stick it right back on there and I can use it. I know what size this is. If you caught my little video yesterday on measuring, my shorts video, go check that out. I will also link that at the end as well, the shorts video for measuring to figure out what size you want your design to be. And so I can save that. I can mark on the back here what this is and size and all of that. Then I can put it away with my other templates and I can use it another time. And like I said, this is a super simple design. I didn't want anything fancy for my Bento Box mug rug. Now, when you do your designs, if you do your own, I always set mine, if I'm digitizing my own, to a 3 millimeter stitch length. That gives you a nice, like, hand stitched look. It's a nice size stitch. If you have purchased a design, whatever that stitch length is fine, unless you have software that allows you to change that. But that I can set aside. Now, when I created mine with stops after each round and in the center. So if I wanted, I could do this design in all different colors. I probably won't. I might do the outer in all one color, maybe the flower in a different color. I don't really know. Since my dark fabric is here, I might do it in a color that will show up. I might just do the whole thing in white. It's, like I said, it's a mug rug, so I don't have to get super fancy. However, by doing a mug rug, you also have the chance to really play. And because it's a mug rug, if you make a little mistake, it's not going to be a big deal. It's your mug rug, right? All right, everybody. So that is how you set up and get ready to do the quilting of your mug rug. When you're done, you're going to trim this off and bind, or watch the little video that I link on self-binding before you trim it all out, because that will be important for you. Let's go back to our regular camera. Here we go. So that's how easy it is to prep the binding or to prep the quilting. Now, if you have any questions, please put them in the comment and I'll be happy to answer them. And that way everybody can see them. You can always send me a private message if you want at support@sewincommon.com. But seriously, for something like this, leave your comments in the comment section. That way everyone will see it. All righty. So that should finish. You'll see mine finished on Sunday's Bento Box part 2 video for Quilt Lab. Let's see, was there anything else I wanted to tell you? Oh, at the end of Sunday's video, I had another short this week that was about the kaleidoscope quilt. Remember that whole thing? So at the end of this week's video in the Bento Box, I'm going to talk about that a little bit, because I'm going to be doing a little video setup and all on that, because it's finally time to do the finished quilting again. You guys know what I mean if you've been watching. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that was helpful for you. Remember, post your photos over on the link about the Bento Box. I'll post my picture of my finished mug rug over there as well. That way we can see them. And of course, like I did last week, or whenever you send me in your photos, I will show those. And then it won't show Sunday because that video is pretty much done. I might be able to get some into the ending still. We'll see if there are pictures over there. But whenever they show up at the next video, I love to show your pictures. It's a real inspiration to us all. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet and you love quilting with your embroidery machine and piecing with your embroidery machine, that's what we're all about here at Sew in Common. We use my Build-A-Quilt system. Lots of videos here to show you what that's about, and some free patterns and all out on the website, as well as our products. So please subscribe to the channel. And if you want, subscribe over at the website as well, because then you'll get first notice for the blog and new products and things like that. Don't forget that this Friday, let's see, I do. This Friday, we have our first Social Friday live at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Join me for that. It's a chat. It's a time to answer your questions, Q&As, all that kind of good stuff. I've got a whole little list of stuff to talk to you all about. I can't wait to see you all then. And until next time, like and share the videos, please, so others can find us and join in on the fun. And as always, sew life beautiful. Bye for now, everybody.